Globalization has been taught to us as the spirit of economic progression and modernity, transcending borders not just in the export of tangible products, but as well as intangible merits like goods, ideas, and cultural progressions. Yet behind this vibrant potential as the fuel of success, what's the catch? And what's it to us as Asians living as part of the biggest continent in the world?
Over the years, globalization has made Asia become a major player in global trade and investment and has increased the strengthened the region's position in the global economy. The Asian century has arrived, with Asia playing a crucial role in various aspects in shaping the future of globalization. The continent is home to a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem with research and startups and innovation. Moreover, Asian countries became attractive destination for international students, fostering cultural exchange and knowledge sharing. Additionally, Asia's growing middle class is driving consumer demand, making it a crucial market for global businesses. According to experts, Asia is expected to drive 50% of the growth in consumer consumption in the incoming decade, highlighting the increasing importance of Asia's market in global consumer demand. Yet, despite the success of globalization in Asia, globalization itself is not without problems or challenges. Some societies in the region have expressed concern about the impact of globalization on their local cultures and values, or about the erosion of their cultural identities due to globalization. For sure, efforts are being made to promote cultural diversity and heritage preservation while benefiting the opportunities brought by globalization. Even so, rapid economic independence and technology transfer associated with globalization have raised big questions about the preservation of local cultural identities. Furthermore, there is a tension in some parts of Asia between economic globalization and political or cultural globalization. Different countries and societies have varying approaches to accepting and rejecting aspects of globalization. This diversity in perspective and approaches adds complexity to the ongoing processes of globalization in the region.
Now that Philip has outlined the benefits and drawbacks of globalization in Asia as a continent, let's go over to their regions and see how each of them are affected by globalization and how well are they coping up with its dynamic surges. Let's start with East Asia. Ralph?
East Asia, a region celebrated for its unique culture and robust economic development, experienced remarkable growth during the past decades, which is evident in countries like China, Japan, and South Korea, alongside challenges due to globalization that hinders their potential. In the case of cultural landscape, cultural homogenization fueled by globalization raises concern about the overshadowing of East Asian traditions by Western influences. Albeit the region responds with cultural resilience, promoting traditional practices and lifestyle through the means of pop culture like K-pop and anime on the global stage. On economic spectrum, heavy reliance on global market leaves East Asia vulnerable during the economic downturns. To mitigate this risk, countries are utilizing trade partnership as seen in initiatives like Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership or RCEP. It is also interesting to note that cultural innovation is a focal point in the region, with countries like Japan and South Korea that invest in research and development to bolster the economy while promoting sustainable development. In the socio-political realm, the palpable escalation of geopolitical tensions, notably discernible between Taiwan and China, coupled with challenges surrounding income inequality and labor standards, underscores the intricate landscape faced by the East Asian nations. Nevertheless, amidst these complexities, these nations exhibit a proactive stance. They not only endeavor to formulate and implement policies aimed at addressing domestic concerns, but also engage in diplomatic dialogues and active participation in international forums. This concerted effort reflects their commitment to fostering peaceful coexistence amidst the nuanced dynamics wrought by the forces of globalization.
Thank you, Ralph. Let's jump right ahead to Southeast Asia. Dale?
Southeast Asia is the sub-region which has made the most progress towards achieving Goal 9, focused on industry, innovation, and infrastructure. It has also made some progress towards Goal number 8, focused on decent work and economic growth. Yet Southeast Asia has seen inequalities widen due to the so-called globalization. Globalization has led to a widening gap between the rich and the poor in Southeast Asia. While some countries have experienced significant economic growth, Others have lagged behind, leaving many people in poverty. This inequality has contributed to social unrest and political instability in some countries. The richest 1% in Thailand controls 58% of the country's wealth, and the top 10% and 35 times more than the bottom 10%. In Indonesia, the 4 richest men there have more wealth than the poorest 100 million people, and about 50% of the country's wealth is in the hands of the top 1%. In the Philippines, the average annual family income of the top 10% is estimated at $14,708 in 2015, 9 times more than the lowest 10% at $1,609. The widening gap between the haves and the have-nots is reflected in the progress reporting of the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG, achievements up to 2017. To cope with these challenges, many Southeast Asian countries have adopted strategies such as encouraging regional integration through initiatives like the ASEAN Free Trade Area, or the AFTA, and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or the RCEP. These initiatives aim to promote economic growth, reduce trade barriers, and foster greater regional cooperation. In addition to regional integration, Southeast Asian countries have also adopted separate free trade agreements, or FTAs, with trading partners.
Comprehensively stated. Thank you, Dale. Let's head over to another region and hear their situation. Christine?
Being the region with the highest population in the whole world, South Asia becomes an attractive destination for foreign investors because of its large consumer base, low labor costs, and strategic location. As a consequence of this, the development of new industries and the production of new jobs has bloomed. Yet, it hasn't stopped the problems from kicking in, widening gap between the rich and the poor, displacements of workers and traditional industries, increased the unemployment as well as the social unrest. And the deterioration of environment in South Asia has been linked to globalization. The population's health and well-being have also suffered as a direct result of environmental degradation, which can be tracked back to the increased consumption of natural resources and the improper disposal of waste produced by industrial processes. With setting and favorable trade policies, implementing sustainable practices, and opening up possibilities for local employment, the region might just alter the reality and will be able to take advantage of globalization's positive aspects while mitigating some of its more damaging effects. But for now, it is undeniable that the region is still battling its own wars while managing to handle their flow of globalization in their industries.
Excellent point, Christine. Now at this space, let's hop to Central Asia. Lovely?
Central Asia is a landlocked region recognized for its diverse cultures and rich history. However, despite the thriving economy, globalization has still brought about opportunities and threats at the same time. One of the problems is economic inequality, as certain regions and social groups may struggle to keep pace with the rapid changes. Also, geopolitical tensions may arise as Central Asian countries navigate the rules in global politics and alliances. Due to globalization, the Central Asia socio-political landscape has undergone significant changes. It has facilitated economic growth, trade, and cultural exchange, as well as promoting economic interconnectedness that is influencing the development of the region. However, it has also led to some socio-political problems in the region, as it can worsen existing socio-economic disparities.
Economically, due to the interconnected marketplaces, their economies are vulnerable to worldwide economic downturns, which can impact trade, investments, and remittances. They also often rely heavily on natural resources. While globalization can create economic growth, it may also widen the wealth gap within the societies. Moreover, over-reliance on a narrow range of exports can make the economies vulnerable to fluctuation. The cultural identity faces trouble as Western influences become more prominent, potentially eroding traditional values, integrating past traditions with new trends or influences while working on preserving and maintaining cultural identities and traditions. Additionally, some specific problems in the region, such as social injustice and job insecurity, they also experience governmental instabilities which may affect their general well-being, safety, and rights. Lastly, they observe ecological challenges or environmental degradation that can impact their livelihoods and quality of life.
To navigate these issues, inclusive policies could focus on equitable economic development and social integration, while tactful efforts might aim at fostering cooperation to ensure regional stability and resilience in the globalization.
Shifting of price, lovely. Let's head to our last sub-region, the West Asia. Orlane?
West Asia, characterized by its geographic diversity and rich history, confronts a nuanced social-political landscape shaped by the forces of globalization. Despite a robust economy, the region experiences both positive and negative consequences of global integration. On one hand, there is an influx of foreign investments, technological advancements, and increased trade opportunities, fostering economic growth. However, this prosperity is not uniform across all countries, leading to economic disparities and social inequalities. Globalization has also impacted the socio-political dynamics by enhancing connectivity and idea exchange, but contributing to political instability as demands for reforms and socio-economic equality emerge. Economically, globalization has propelled sectors like oil and gas, vital for the region's economy. Yet heavy reliance on these industries renders the region vulnerable to global market fluctuations, affecting economic stability. Moreover, an even distribution of wealth and resources intensifies social tensions and internal conflicts. Culturally, West Asia undergoes shifts as Western influences challenge traditional values, sparking debates on identity and cultural heritage preservation. Region-specific issues such as the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, exacerbated by global economic interests, geopolitical alliances, and environmental challenges like water scarcity and climate change, add layers of complexity. Striking a delicate balance between economic growth, cultural preservation, and political stability remains a pressing concern as West Asia navigates the intricate web of globalization.